Joining us now to review some of the headlines of today's newspapers from around the world is Arise News analyst Emmanuel Efeni. Good morning, Emmanuel.
Good morning, Ruben. Good morning, Rufai. Good morning, Victoria Tundu and Abiola.
Good morning.
Yes, let's start the review very quickly because we don't have enough time. Now, we'll start with this day, Nigeria's newspaper of record. On its front page, Nigeria's presidential options. The die is cast. Who among these aspirants will be chosen by Nigeria's changing electorate? Presidential potentials in alphabetical order. It has to be in this day. Well, a number of these guys have declared their intention. To that extent, they are aspirants. But there are others still keeping their ambition close to their chests, waiting for the right moment to do so, to declare their intentions. And of course, there are others who are being urged to join the race, who are being bandied about as potential who can actually turn this economy around, come from 2023. But if we just look at some of these aspirants, I want to look at APC. APC as a party right now, clearly they have no option but to look south for their presidential candidate. Where in the south? Southwest, where Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu has since thrown his hat into the ring. And there are other potentials, yes, in the southwest. Kayode Fayebe, Ibikunle Amosun mentioned here, yes, the governor of Ogun State, the state where I reside.
Former governor.
Okay, yeah, former governor of Ogun State, yes, where I reside, and I know something about his track record beyond his gorgeous cap. Well, whether he will throw his hat in the ring, some of us will be waiting for him. But Kayode Fayemi, a potential, but yet to declare. But his recent vocal, verbal opposition to consensus, we just count against him. But again, somebody that there has been a lot of campaign going on for, the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo. So, if the powers that be, including the owners of Nigeria, as Ruben and Dele Momodu would like to put it, were to put their weight behind Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, then you say perhaps he will carry the day. But in the absence of such weights, can Professor Yemi Osinbajo stand the war chest of an Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu? If you ask my preference, I would prefer Professor Yemi Osinbajo. But in real politics, it's not just people's preference. Those who have the structure, the war chest. And there's money in politics, there's war chest, and of course we know there's also bullion. The bullion war chest, which is a different category altogether. So if you look at Southwest for the APC, unless there is something that will stop the Bola Ahmed tornado, then it looks like the man. But again, I know there are forces that are arrayed against Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. If he doesn't know that, I'll be surprised. But let's look at Southeast APC, because if it has to come to the South for APC, then there has to be the Southeast. Who are the gladiators on APC? Well, we know that Dave Umai has come out to say, yes, if I went to the president to say, I am running, I want to be the next president. But on this list, there is Ogbonnaya Onu, quiet, the quintessential quiet politician. But he has paid his dues, if you will. Minister for 8 years. Well, some may ask, what has been his impact as a minister? Science and technology. But it must be recalled that Ogbonnaya Onu, the first Igbo man to hold the presidential ticket of a major political party outside since this republic. Now, he also made a sacrifice that cannot be forgotten by many in the political space. In that APP AD alliance, the bigger partner, APP, had to concede the ticket to Olufalaye. It was a sacrifice that was made. I don't know whether many will remember him for that. But again, if we look at the Nation newspaper, it takes us to what is happening in the PDP. 2023 presidential ticket splits PDP as aspirants into 3 groups. Yes, the first group, consensus group, Aminu Tambuwa, Bala Mohammed, Bukola Saraki, Mohammed Hayatuddin. Of these guys, these 3 aspirants, which of them qualify to be a consensus candidate, you will ask? Well, of course, there are those who want power shift. Of all these 3, only Nyesom Wike has picked the presidential form to indicate that he's running for the presidency. Of course, the free contest proponents includes Atiku Abubakar and his acolyte, Amadu Fintiri, the governor of Adamawa State. Which of this group will carry the day? Today, the PDP will come out with its zoning committee report. What will that report indicate? Will that split the PDP down the line, or it will finally resolve the issue and everybody will just be on board? Atiku Abubakar, old war horse, contesting for the 6th time. Will he make it? But he believes he will get the ticket and is working very hard. Nyesom Wike, what does he really want? Is he really out for the presidency? But he's been very conciliatory in his remarks. If I don't get it, I will support whoever gets it. He's a good politician there. But what are the likes of Aminu Tambuwa, Bala Mohammed, and Bukola Saraki bringing to the table? Will any of them, these guys, be able to sway the party to consider one of them? Yes, Bukola Saraki, young, you will say, dynamic, but is from the middle belt. Not central. Can he, if he's given the ticket, garner the vote from the northeast and the northwest? Or Aminu Tambuwa, who is from the northwest? His experience as Speaker of the House of Representatives and his experience as governor for 8 years, I've not heard anything earth-shaking about development in Sokoto State. So what is he bringing to the table, apart from the fact that he's young? Nigerians have a lot to show. But this party, the parties, the major political parties, must pick somebody for the rest of us to consider. But a lot to chew in that report from this day. And of course, the Nation newspaper looking at the PDP there. Let's look at other newspapers quickly. The Guardian newspaper, 1 week after attack, 168 train passengers remain unreachable. Stop playing the ostrich on security, Catholic bishops tell Buhari. While the Punch newspaper, heavy criticism for federal government as 24 states lose foreign investment. Of course, insecurity across the land, poor infrastructure has played its role in that outcome. Now, the New Telegraph newspaper, Sultan's Group, Catholic bishop berate Buhari, APC. Government has lost moral justification to govern, according to the Jamaatul Nasr Islam, led by the Sultan of Sokoto. Ruling party, either complacent, helpless, or compromising. CBCN says Nigerians seems condemned to life of wanton suffering. Now, the Daily Sun newspaper, bandit strike on Abuja-Kaduna Road. Abduct villagers after IGP declared highway safe. Government kills son of security chief, 2 others in Zamfara. The foreign newspapers quickly. Now, the Times of London. Britain calls for tougher sanctions on Russia, plea to end energy imports after war butchery. While the New Telegraph is reporting Channel 4 set to be taken private. Foreign owners could step in as broadcaster goes up for sale with likely £1 billion price tag. While the Wall Street Journal is reporting, yes, leaders demand war crime probe, Ukraine. But another story there. The front page, Musk goes from Twitter frequent user to biggest shareholder with 9% stake. Elon Musk has taken a stake
Thank you very
Twitter.
much.